Good evening, beautiful people, and welcome to our BDM webinar. I'm excited to be here, and I hope by the end of this presentation you will be too. Before we go any further, drop a note in the chat and tell us where you're joining from. Showing up is the first step toward changing your future, so let's recognize those who made the decision to be here. Welcome, Desert Owl, Bob Gavitt, Cross Redmond, Dale Dix, David Drew, David Richards, Don Chadwick, Fontana Donovan, Francis Crary, James Jagosh, James Truss, Janice, Jay-Z, Jean Thoreau, Jezreel, Lyle Alexander, Michael Johnson, Peter Roosevelt Barnes, Sally Puckett, Shirley York, Tom Leonard, Deidre Unk, Zoom user. Welcome, welcome. Great always to see some new names on our webinar. There's a powerful truth many people discover too late in life. Many people sacrifice their health while chasing wealth, only to later spend their wealth trying to regain their health. Well, tonight we're going to talk about something different. What if you didn't have to choose between the two? What if you could protect your health while also building financial opportunity at the same time? This evening, we're going to start by focusing on health and products that, from my own experience, can enhance the quality of your health in a monumental way, because everything begins there. When you feel better, live better, and take care of your body, everything else becomes possible. Then we'll finish up by showing how this can also create an opportunity that impacts your finances and your future.
Let me ask you a question. Are you paying too much to maintain your health? If you're over the age of 55 and lately you've been feeling more tired, more stiff, or dealing with aches and pains that didn't exist 10 or 15 years ago, pay very close attention for the next couple of minutes. I'm a nutritional consultant, and I know firsthand how expensive it can be to try to maintain your health. Over the past 4 decades, I've worked with thousands of people who wanted to prevent their health from declining, but either didn't know what to do or believed they simply couldn't afford it. Today I'm going to share a formula with you that is not only affordable, but also extremely effective at giving the body what it needs to restore itself. You see, when the body is given the right support and the real causes of declining health are addressed, it has an incredible ability to repair and restore itself, even as we grow older. I'm talking about having less daily pain, better mobility, more natural energy, and a body that simply feels stronger and healthier. Now, if you're already feeling great, that's wonderful. But if your health has slowly declined over the years, there is still good news. Because in many cases, the body simply needs the right nutritional support to begin correcting the underlying problems that cause so many common health issues. In fact, for years I've recommended a specific all-natural product that helps address 4 of the most common underlying causes of declining health, issues that affect millions of people both old and young alike. Recently, my 2-year-old daughter became very sick with a severe respiratory infection and was having a hard time breathing. It was a scary experience for all of us. We started adding this product to her milk as part of the nutritional support, and right away she was breathing easier. Within a couple of days, we began noticing a big improvement in her energy and overall comfort. Within just a few days, she was back to her happy, active self again. We were incredibly grateful. When the root problems are supported, something remarkable often happens. The body begins doing what it was designed to do, heal and restore itself. Now let me ask you, has the cost of staying healthy become a financial burden? Well, here's the exciting part. I've arranged for you to access this powerful formula at factory direct pricing, which means you can get it for less than half of what it normally sells for in health stores. And that's not all. Because this all-natural formula supports the body so effectively, many people find they're able to cut back on, or even eliminate several of the other costly products they're currently taking. And because of how important this formula is for overall wellness, it's the one product I consistently recommend to people of all ages. So, if you'd like to learn exactly what this formula is, how it works, and how you can get it today, at this special factory price, simply enter your contact information in the space provided, and click the button to gain access. Your path to better health may be just a click away.
So, as we've seen in the overview, fulvic minerals work at the cellular level, helping the body absorb and utilize nutrients more efficiently. But once you begin improving what's happening at the cellular level, the next question naturally becomes, where does so much of our health actually begin? More and more research is pointing to something incredibly important, the connection between the gut and the brain. In this next video, we're going to take a closer look at how the gut-brain connection influences energy, mood, immunity, and overall health.
What if everything you thought you knew about brain health was wrong? Doctors across the country are now making a stunning discovery. Your brain fog, your forgetfulness, your anxiety, your fatigue, they don't actually start in your brain, they start in your gut. There is no such thing as normal brain aging. The brain should not age. With the right knowledge, you can maintain healthy brain function beyond 100 years old. So the question isn't just how do you protect your brain? The question is, what is destroying it in the first place? And why haven't you been told about the real solution? Your gut and brain are inseparable. Here's something medical schools are only now beginning to teach. Your gut and your brain were formed from the same fetal tissue in the womb. From the moment you're born, they are inextricably linked through what scientists call the gut-brain axis. They are in constant two-way communication. Every second of every day, 95% of serotonin, our happy neurotransmitter, is actually made and stored in the gut, not the brain. And here's where it gets alarming. Alzheimer's doesn't start at the moment of diagnosis. It starts 30 years before. Brain fog, memory lapses, anxiety, depression. These aren't just annoyances. Leading researchers now believe these are the early warning signs of neurodegeneration already underway. Neurodegeneration can progress over time unless the process is stopped and reversed. It all comes down to your cells. Your body is made of roughly 70 to 75% water, a periodic table of minerals, and several pounds of microbes creating the chemistry of life. But here's what's happening to millions of people right now. Toxic metals and chemicals are building up inside their cells. Critical minerals are being depleted from their food and soil. Oxygen levels inside their cells are dropping dangerously low. Beneficial gut microbes are dying off. These are the very microbes that feed your brain. When waste builds up in your body, it leads to low oxygen. Low oxygen leads to bad microbes. Bad microbes lead to symptoms and disease. That toxic cycle triggers inflammation that leads to cognitive decline. These are the exact symptoms that doctors are finally linking back to the gut. When the microbiome changes, the brain can clean itself. Research shows it can even clear the amyloid plaques associated with Alzheimer's. Imagine that! The healing capacity of the brain is incredible when the gut is returned to homeostasis and the cause of inflammation is removed. So the real question is, what does it take to change the microbiome, restore cellular health, and give your brain what it needs to heal? Introducing Teratol humic and fulvic minerals. Deep in the earth, ancient plant matter has been decomposing for hundreds, sometimes thousands of years, creating one of the most powerful healing compounds ever discovered, fulvic acid. Fulvic acid has an ultra-small molecular size, small enough to travel anywhere in the body and enter every single cell. It works at the intersection of all three pillars of life: water, minerals, and microbes. What Teratol does. Inside your body, first is detox and chelation. Fulvic acid is the most powerful natural chelator known to man. It binds to toxic metals, pesticides, and chemical waste, and carries them out of your cells and out of your body. This is the cleanup of your gut and brain that doctors have been talking about. Second is nutrient delivery. Nutrients too large to enter the cell are broken down into micronutrients and then delivered them to every cell of your body. Without this function of fulvic acid, most of the nutrients you consume would simply go to waste. And better nutrient absorption means better brain function. Third is oxygen and cellular energy. Teratol is rich in bioactive carbon and molecular oxygen. Oxygen your cells can use directly. More oxygen means higher cellular voltage. And cells cannot heal when voltage is low. Higher voltage equals better repair, more energy, and real longevity. Fourth is microbiome restoration. Fulvic acid creates the ideal environment for the beneficial, oxygen-breathing microbes. The exact microbes responsible for healing tissue, regulating immunity, and feeding your brain through the gut-brain axis. It also enhances the enzymatic reactions your body runs hundreds of thousands of times every single second. This is exactly what the research is pointing to. Heal the gut and you heal the brain. And that gave her life back to enjoy her kids and grandkids. When doctors and researchers talk about healing the gut to heal the brain, they're talking about exactly what Teratol delivers at the cellular level. Removing heavy metals, environmental toxins and poisons, restoring vital minerals, flooding the body with oxygen, and rebuilding the microbiome. Patients who prioritized gut health reported brain fog lifting, sometimes within days, deeper, more restful sleep, improved mood and reduced anxiety, sharper thinking and better memory, more energy and less fatigue, better digestion and overall well-being. Teratol gives your body the foundational tools to do what those doctors describe, naturally, safely, and at the cellular level. What makes Teratol different? Teratol, humic, and fulvic minerals provide bioavailable trace minerals in ionic form, 70+ essential minerals in their most absorbable form, massive antioxidant capacity to neutralize free radical damage, natural electrolyte support for hydration at the cellular level, cellular detox without harsh side effects or toxicity, increased cellular voltage for real lasting energy. It delivers nutrients, removes toxins, recycles waste, recharges cells, all at once every single day. Although largely ignored by modern medicine, fulvic acid is as essential to life as water and oxygen. The choice is yours. Scientists are clear. Our food choices and what we give ourselves can literally make the difference between winding up in a nursing home waiting for death or climbing mountains. Brain experts are now saying your brain can remain fully functional beyond 100 years. It doesn't have to decline. Your gut and brain can heal, your cells can recharge, but none of that happens on its own, not in the world we live in today. If you're serious about living a long, healthy life with total cognitive function, then it's time to give your cells what they actually need. Don't wait for your health to decline before you take action. Get fulvic and humic minerals for your gut, your brain, your life. Start Teratol today.
When people feel improvements in how their bodies function, when they experience less discomfort, more energy, better sleep, and a greater sense of overall well-being, those results speak for themselves. And when results speak for themselves, people naturally begin sharing them with others. That's why products that genuinely support health at the cellular level create such a strong foundation for a business. They're not based on hype or short-term trends. They're based on real experiences and real results. When that happens, you begin to build something that can grow steadily over time, a community of people whose lives have been positively impacted. And that becomes the foundation for an income opportunity that can continue to grow for as long as you live, while at the same time having the quality of health to actually enjoy that life fully. Because in the end, true success isn't just about building wealth. It's about having the health, energy, and vitality to enjoy the life you're creating. Let's go ahead and look at our wellness club.
What if a wellness club didn't just save you money, but had the potential to make you rich? Imagine paying factory direct prices for premium wellness products, lower than wholesale, and earning monthly recurring income every time you share access. Welcome to the BDM Wellness Club. Here's how markets work. Manufacturers sell to distributors. Distributors sell to retail stores. Retail stores sell to customers with markup after markup. Everyone profits, except the consumer. BDM Wellness Club is different. Club members buy direct from the factory, at distributor level pricing, no middlemen, no retail markup, just premium wellness products at the lowest possible prices, with an income opportunity that pays members, not corporations. Cost to join, $10 monthly for the first 1,000 members. Founding members are grandfathered for life, $12 monthly for everyone else. That's less than most people waste every single day. Here's how you get paid, and this is where it gets interesting. Earn $4 per month from each of your first 4 personal referrals. Referral number 5 and beyond pays you $8 per month. Earn $8 monthly pass-up commissions through your team structure. A modest-sized team, averaging 4 referrals through 5 levels and consisting of only 64 people, can generate $496 in monthly income. Go to 10 levels and your income potential exceeds $16,000 per month. Personally refer just 6 people, and the model shows an earning potential of over $32,000 monthly. Think you can't do this? Think again. Here's what could potentially happen by referring just one person. That person will pay you $4 a month and pass up 2 persons who each pay you $8 a month. That's $20 a month to you. That's more than you are paying for your own membership. Those 2 pass up 2 each. That's 4 times 8 equals $32 a month. Next level, $64. Then, $128. Then, $256 a month. And it doesn't stop there. You can get paid 100 levels deep and deeper. Why this is powerful? You're not selling products, you're not buying inventory, you're not chasing customers, you're sharing access. Access to lowest pricing, access to better health. You get access to a system that turns a small monthly decision into long-term leverage. Who do you know that wouldn't want to pay less, feel better, and earn more? Let's be real, $10 a month won't break you, but the decision you make with that $10 could change everything. Everyone spends money, but only intentional people position it where it can multiply and change their lives forever. Thinkers snooze, procrastinators lose. What are you waiting for? Join today, and I'll see you on the inside.
When you have products that truly make a difference, products that have a marked impact on what's happening in every cell of the body, something very powerful happens. You create a foundation that not only gives you better health, but also the possibility of a lasting opportunity. Because when people feel real improvements in how their bodies function, when they experience less discomfort, more energy, better sleep, and a greater sense of overall well-being, those results speak for themselves. And when results speak for themselves, people naturally begin sharing with others. And that's why products that genuinely support health at the cellular level create such a strong foundation for a business. They're not based on hype or short-term trends. They're based on real experiences and real results. And when that happens, you begin to build something that can grow steadily over time, a community of people whose lives have been positively impacted. And that becomes the foundation for an income opportunity that can continue to grow for as long as you live, while at the same time giving you the quality of health you actually to actually enjoy that life fully. Because in the end, true success isn't just about building wealth. It's about having the health, energy, and vitality to enjoy the life you're creating. Desert, did Gary show up? He said he was going to be here today.
He sent me a note saying he wasn't going to make it, John.
Okay, that's fine. So folks, I hope you can see where this is headed, because this is going to be huge. Very few people have heard about it, which means we're at the beginning of something truly special. Let's take a minute to see if anyone would like to share their story with us. I'm hearing testimonials already. If you've got something you'd like to share, and it doesn't have to be anything monumental, just might be more clarity, mental clarity, more energy, sleeping better, whatever it may be. We're at the very beginning here, but I know that some of you are already having results because you've shared them with me. If anyone would care to unmute and share a story with us, we'd be grateful. Okay, don't be shy, folks. Anyway, one thing, go ahead.
Hey, John, I have a question.
Sure.
I want to order the product. I'm not sure how to do it.
Okay. When you log into your dashboard, your BDM dashboard,
Yes,
the message that pops up has the instructions right there.
yes, I see it.
Uh-huh.
And I go to the how you pronounce that?
Yeah, Terramune Health. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Once I get to that site, which I'm looking at right now, then what do I do?
Okay,
Uh,
what you do is you add your product to cart, and uh, yeah, I'm glad you asked this question.
mhm.
What's going to happen is because they're in the process of building a new website that will interact with our website. But until that happens, you're going to have to enter a discount code. So you add your products to cart, and you click on the shopping cart. I think it's in the upper right-hand corner,
Yes, I
and
see it.
then you go to pay. At that time, you'll be able to enter the discount code. And the moment
Oh,
you do that, the price will show the member price. It'll discount the price right there.
okay. Okay.
Okay. I I,
Gotcha.
I apologize for that. I didn't understand what you were asking.
Yes, I appreciate it. I got you. That's what I was needing to know.
Okay, you're absolutely welcome.
Hmm.
All right. So one of the things I've learned over the years is that when you positively impact someone's health, something powerful happens. You create a relationship. I have friends who are as close as family going back 20 years and longer because when someone's life is genuinely improved, when your aches and pains start to go away, when energy comes back, when people begin feeling vibrant and healthy again, they remember who introduced it to them. And relationships built on improving someone's quality of life often last a lifetime. From a business perspective, that creates something very special. It creates the foundation for long-term residual income. Because when people experience real benefits from a product or a system of products, something very natural begins to happen. They start sharing it with others, sometimes without even trying to. Friends notice, family members notice, neighbors notice. Someone will say, "You look great. What are you doing?" Or, "Where is that energy coming from?" Or, "How did your knee or your back or your shoulders stop bothering you?" And once that conversation starts, people naturally want to know how they can experience the same thing. And that's why health-based communities grow so organically. When people feel better, they talk about it. And tonight we started focusing on health benefits and the products. Keep this in mind because improving someone's health doesn't just change their day, it can change their life. And when that happens, the relationships and opportunities that grow from it can last for years, even decades. Now, I would like to share a simple formula that changed everything for me. Excuse me just a minute, I'll get a drink of water. And here it is. The principles are simple. Never go to bed without making at least one invitation. Now, this is critical because if you miss even one day, you will soon miss more, and pretty soon you'll fail. And one of the best ways of inviting others is by sharing a testimonial. It could be your own or someone else's. And I've built huge organizations by doing this. I listen to testimonials, I write them down, and then I start sharing them. Typically, I'll send out an email maybe once or twice a week to my contact list, and you never know. You send out a testimonial, uh, and it could be the right time. Could be that that person is feeling that, having that symptom, or they know somebody that is. But don't just get discouraged because, it might take 10, 20, 30, 40 times of dripping on someone before you hit them with the right story at the right time. But consistency tells the universe that you're committed, and eventually a higher power will step in that will cause your business to explode beyond anything that you could personally do. I've experienced this many times, and there is nothing more exciting than seeing your own organization gain momentum. When someone joins, then support them because support creates success. Now, support doesn't mean wasting someone's time. It's not a time to call people and have just a long conversation. Support means accountability. So ask permission to make a short daily call and then ask that person two questions. How many people did you invite today, and did you support those who joined? You know, if you get your entire team inviting at least one person every single day, well, in the beginning, it's just you, and pretty soon it's two, and then it's 10, and then it's 20, and then it's 50, and then it's 100, and then it's 1,000, and it could be, you know, a whole lot more. I've built teams as big as 3 million people. So when you have that many people in your organization that are out sharing an opportunity, your group begins to mushroom. It's absolutely incredible. And that's it. It's really that simple, folks. Two simple steps. Never miss a day without making at least one invitation. Anyone can do it, and the more you do it, the better you'll become at inviting, and the more excited you will get, because inviting is what makes your organization and income grow. The more it grows, the more excited you get, and this is called the success cycle. You will look different, you will feel different, you will walk different. You know, people will notice a difference in your attitude, a difference in your demeanor. Uh, you know, it's amazing how much people will respond to the changes that are taking place in you. And this works for the same reason any job works: structure, consistency, accountability. Build with these simple steps, and your success is guaranteed. When you stop thinking about you, you start thinking about how sharing BDM can benefit others, you will lose the fear of failure. Moreover, people are going to respond to you differently because they will sense the change in your attitude. Every one of us knows somebody who's suffering with health challenges, with somebody who's struggling financially. Behind every warm smile could be that person who is silently struggling. They're praying for a breakthrough. That person just needs a $10 miracle, and you might be the person who hands it to them. If you haven't joined yet, you already know what to do. Pull out your credit card, go to your sponsor's personalized landing page, choose the plan that feels right for you, and then start sharing the link. One good deed at a time. And as we close, I want to thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you to our guests and to those who cared enough to invite you. Desert, do you have anything you would like to add do we have any questions we need to answer?
Not in the chat, John. I put a note there. They can raise their hand or post it there. We're good.
Okay. I got a question, John. I got a question.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. Here's a kind of a thought that I'm thinking of. Is there a way that if I went ahead and ordered, you know, like maybe 25 to 50 of these bottles, and then I would hand them out to people that I know that have health issues, or people that I just know, and tell them that, listen, I'm going to give you this bottle. It's going to cost you nothing. And, but the only way you're going to get it is you got to listen to a video. If you listen to this video, you get this free bottle and you try it. And if it works, sign up. If it doesn't work, you have nothing to lose. Is that possible to order in large quantities?
Yes, you could do that.
Okay.
And yeah, this is a phenomenal idea, Tom. Number one, you're putting a product in their hand.
Right.
Everybody's got some health concerns. I don't care how young, how old they are. Everybody needs this product. The fact that you put it in their hand after watching the video, pretty much guaranteed they're going to try it. They're going to take it for the 30 days.
Right.
And I would, as long as you're following up with them, have them write down their current symptoms, because as aches and pains often go away gradually. They came gradually, they go away gradually. And if pains are gone, pretty soon we forget about it, right? We don't even think about it.
Right.
But if they will write this down and then, come back 30, 60, 90 days later, it's going to be a big wow factor. They're going to say, wow, this product really has made a tremendous difference in my health.
Right.
And,
Right.
it may not be great or, marked difference in 30 days.
Uh-huh.
So, but if you're following up with them and say, look, your symptoms came on gradually. It's going to take some time, for those to
Sure.
completely go away. Why don't you just go ahead and join up, buy another bottle, buy a couple bottles, buy three
Right.
bottles. You're going
Uh-huh.
to get them for the same shipping. So you have
Yeah.
enough to take it long enough to really see that difference. But yes, if you do that, Tom, and you have good follow up with those people, uh, you earned, I don't know how many million, but I know you were in another company that I was in, and you earned in the millions of dollars there. You know how it
Yeah.
works.
Yes.
You got people on the product. They had
Uh-huh.
results, and then they started sharing with other people, right?
Right.
So
That's right.
you know the drill, you know how it works. But
Yeah.
yes, that's a phenomenal idea. And that's one thing we did, a lot of us did in the other company that you and I were members of is
Right.
we shared products with others and they felt a difference, saw a difference, and then they joined us, started buying the products and sharing with others. So not a better
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought with the idea of the fact that, like I have ordered my product and it does take some time to get it. It takes you at least, from the time you order it and the time I haven't gotten mine yet, but I'm expecting it probably tomorrow. It's still a time lag there of so many days and everything,
Mhm.
where even when I take it and I tell people that, I'm having results and I'm feeling good about it and everything, 90% of them don't believe you anyways. They know I'm a salesman and so they look at it that way. And so if they, the video is very well done. And if they just listen to that and they get something free, why wouldn't they? And if it has the results within a relatively short period of time, why wouldn't they continue to order it? And the whole,
Here's something I can tell you, Tom. And it's something you hesitate to mention to people. But I see so many of my friends are having some cognitive decline.
yeah,
When I talk to them on the phone, I can tell. And
uh-huh,
oftentimes they've forgotten something that we talked about, maybe a day or two before.
mm,
But here's something I'm also hearing from people, and I'm hearing it in their voice, but I'm actually hearing it from them saying that, oh, I talked to my sister and she said, "What are you taking? You're so, your mental clarity is so much better. You're talking better." Um, so this one thing, and that's one reason we made this video about the gut brain connection.
uh-huh, right,
If people start getting their minds back, then uh, people are going to notice. Everybody around them is going to notice the difference. And so
right.
this is one product that's going to make a tremendous difference in so many people, especially, people that are getting up there in years.
Mm,
And I tell you, get that product into their hands and then follow up with them. And if they're writing down what their symptoms are, they go back and look, you know, a month, 6 months from now, they're going to be
mhm.
totally amazed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. I was convinced of the product when I heard you talk a couple of weeks ago about the fact that when you started before you started it several years ago, you were doing 25 push-ups. Then all of a sudden you took this product and you were doing 100. Now at age 84, I won't do 10.
Uh-huh.
Still, but still, if you went from 25 to 100 push-ups, that is very impressive.
I was shocked. I I didn't believe it myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was over a period of about 30 days.
Sure.
And, it was coming up. I went from 20 to 30 to 40 and 50, and then I
Uh,
jumped to like 70
yeah.
and I got up to 80, and then all of a sudden it went, it was a jump from 80 all the way to 100. And,
It's
but,
tremendous.
but I was doing it every day, and that's, consistency pays off. I don't care
Oh
what it
yeah.
is,
Mm,
consistency pays off.
that's right.
But
I
I'm
agree.
absolutely certain that the product was a major benefit to me because one thing it does is it helps your muscles repair and recuperate faster. And so if
Uh-huh.
you're exercising every day and you're breaking down muscle tissue, but it's repairing quickly, then that's obviously, you know, a big factor in what happened to me.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thanks, John. I appreciate the
Well,
information.
thank you, Tom. That's a great
Uh,
idea.
mhm.
John,
Hey,
Okay,
hey, John. Oh,
go
I
ahead.
have a
Go ahead,
question.
Fontana. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a friend that is shaking all the time. She can't even eat. Would this help that? Do you think?
Studies have shown that Parkinson's actually has a brain gut connection, just like dementia. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, I, yes, I'm aware of testimonials. We can't make any claims for our product. I don't know a single thing that this product can't benefit. I can't, we can't say it's going to cure anything, but here's what we can say. If you're removing toxins, toxins cause health problems, right? If you're removing toxins, you're adding more oxygen, better hydration, and more nutrients to the body. Things have to work better. If you put gasoline in your car and
yeah,
that gasoline is has water in it, then what
yeah,
happens to your car? Your car runs poorly. Sometimes it'll just
yeah.
shut, sometimes it'll shut right down. And just as a side note, if you ever pull up to a gas station and you see a tanker pumping water into or pumping gasoline into the tank, what it's doing is stirring up the water and mixing it with the gasoline. Don't don't fill up your tank at that point in time because you're getting dirty gasoline. Okay.
Oh, that's
Same
terrible.
same thing. And that's totally a side note, but the same thing happens. We're getting bombarded with toxins from our water, from our food, from things that we put on our skin, soap, shampoos, et cetera, et cetera. Laundry detergent. We're washing our clothes in laundry detergent that's filled with poisons. Then we wear those clothes 24 hours a day. We sleep in sheets, that are washed in those things. So, and probably down the road, we're going to be looking at bringing on some products, hopefully, uh, that are chemical free that you can use and for all of your cleaning needs. Can't make that promise, but we did have those in our last company. We'll see what we can do. But getting the toxins out, providing better nutrition can make a
Yeah.
difference in any problem that you have. One of the pictures you saw in the video was somebody that had rashes on the back of their hands. Okay. What are
Okay.
rashes? Rashes are simply toxins that are coming out through the skin. Now, your skin is the largest organ of elimination, but it's not the first organ that deals with the toxins. When you have toxins coming out through the skin, you have rashes, you have eczema, you have psoriasis, seborrhea, any of those things. What that signals is that every one of your other organs of elimination are on toxic overload. Your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, etc. So those are toxins that are being forced out through the skin. They're naturally acidic. What does acid do? It burns your skin. So if you will start targeting your other organs of elimination, getting them cleaned out so that they can handle, the toxic overload, then your skin will tend to heal up because no more toxins or, a limited amount of toxins coming out through your skin. So,
Also,
go ahead.
Also, I was wanting to know, I know you just concentrate on this product, but I know there's other products and there's one up for the bones. Is that a good product also?
I believe all of these products are good. Um, and the reason the reason I focus on just one product is to make the entry point real easy. You know, we think people move because they're convinced, but really they move because movement feels possible and right for them. And that feeling, it comes from pacing. And when you pace someone's current state currently without immediately trying to fix or correct or upgrade everything, then, you know, it creates a safe feeling, a safe condition. And safety is the secret ingredient that lets momentum actually form. Leading without pacing is like yanking on a locked door and getting annoyed that it won't open. Pacing is what turns the handle first. And that's why those big motivational pushes often backfire spectacularly. You're trying to lead behavior while completely ignoring the state. A spoiler alert is the nervous system always wins that fight. People don't follow instructions, they follow their own internal momentum. And that's why I focus on one product. We could literally build $1 billion company on one product. And, you know,
Okay.
now all of the products have some fulvic acid in it, but the others have additional ingredients that are designed to do specific things. Uh, the reason I focus on this one is because you know, it really covers such a broad spectrum. But,
Okay.
you know,
But
if you
I have osteoporosis. That's really why I asked.
if you have the
So,
ability, yeah, if you have the ability to, you know, the financial capability of ordering more than one product, I would recommend that you do that.
okay.
Yeah, and Gary has shared some testimonials with me about osteoporosis and that product. So, um, you know, again, we make no claims, but we have stories from people saying it works.
You got a
It
hand
worked.
up.
Okay.
It worked for them. Go ahead, Shirley York.
Can you hear me?
I can.
I was just going to say that I just took my first capsule today, and I know it's supposed to be good for brain fog, but when you hear this, you're going to say, that woman don't have brain fog. She's crazy. Because what?
Write down your
Because what
symptoms,
happened?
Shirley. Write down your symptoms.
Because
Okay.
because what happened was I took my capsule,
Mhm.
and I have some back problems. And so, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was working around the house and doing this and that. John, my back has not bothered me a bit today. I kid you not. Not one bit.
There you go.
I just took one capsule, is all I took.
Awesome.
And I have not had not one bit of pain.
Awesome. And folks, you just heard a story. You can share that with your friends. That's Shirley York. And and how many people have back pain? Millions, millions. Okay. Again, what worked for Shirley will likely work for some other people. It might, you know, it might happen quickly, it might take longer, but nonetheless, there are reasons why that happens. So thank you, Shirley, for sharing that.
You are
Michael
very
Johnson.
welcome. I am so glad that I got it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Michael Johnson.
Hand up.
Yeah, I'm not remembering exactly the name of the owner or the co-founders. Is it Gary? Oh.
Hmm. See, Michael, you just admitted that you need to be taking this product.
Yeah. Well, I
Yes,
think it's
Gary Carlson.
yeah, I think I heard him say that he took the product I mean, he took 3 caps a day for 10 days,
Hmm.
and he felt a tremendous difference. And I haven't received my product yet, but that's what I plan to do. Write down everything that I feel could be improved, and then see how I feel after 10 days.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Um, the thing is this is it's an all natural product. It comes from an ancient plant source, and so I mean, yeah, you could no doubt you can take too much of anything. You can have too much water, you can have too much oxygen, you can have too much of anything that's good for you, but within reason, uh, certainly I don't see how 3 capsules would hurt anybody. Uh, it may it may precipitate a detox. Now, with my 2-year-old daughter, she had a lung infection. We couldn't shake it. Nothing we tried would even touch it. So we started. I got looking through. I had I had put away a bottle of our minerals that we had from my last company. Hid them away for a rainy day. Well, fortunately, I found them. This was a rainy day. We started putting the powder in her milk. My wife did it, so I'm not sure how much she did, but it was enough to turn the water black. And I told her to give her plenty, enough to precipitate a detox, and she got diarrhea, which alarmed my wife. But I told her, don't worry about it. That's just the body throwing off those toxins. And that same day, immediately, you could see that she's starting to breathe better because she was so bad that she was literally gasping for air. And my wife had to hold her up over her shoulder a considerable amount of time, just, so that she could have some relief. Within a couple days, 2 or 3 days, she was literally back to normal. And she's had several bouts uh, with this in her short lifetime. And it's always been concerning, but I've never seen anything, turn around as quickly as this did. And we did nothing different except for add the product to what she was taking. So there you go. Any other comments or questions?
John,
Yes.
yeah, this is Cross again. I just did what you said in terms of ordering the product, and I ordered.
You got it
And
ordered?
yeah, I did it.
Awesome.
And I'm looking forward to getting it. Now, one thing I must say, and I don't uh, um, mean to be a purveyor of something bad, but I've been in the network marketing industry for quite some time now.
Hmm.
And I've always pretty much avoided selling products or any commodity kind of product.
Hmm.
I've tried certain things over the years, and I always told the people that bought the stuff to me, I said, if it works for me, then I can sell it. And I haven't really tried anything that actually worked in accordance to what people told me. And so I must admit, I have some skepticism. So,
Well, that's good.
it's,
That's good.
yeah,
Skepticism is okay.
yeah, I'm just being honest about it. And so when this product arrives, I guess it'll come sometime in the next 4 or 5 days. I'm going to diligently indulge it, and I hope, as the lady just said a few minutes ago, she took a pill and her back don't hurt no more. Um, I hear things like these, and here again, I've heard it over the years from different products, different juices, different drinks, this, that, and the other. Nothing worked for me.
Well,
So,
do this, Cross.
yes,
Starting today, start thinking about all of your aches, pains, symptoms, whatever may be going on, and write those down.
yes,
And then just pay attention as you start taking the product. just be aware of your body. It's really that simple. I would say prepare to be amazed. Maybe not, overnight, but as time goes on, I think you'll see that you've got your hands on something that every person in this world needs to be taking, both old and young. And the reason is our earth has become polluted. There's very little fulvic acid in our farm soils today. It's been destroyed by modern farming practices, which means the food you're eating has very little. You're getting some because you're still alive, okay? If you didn't have some fulvic acid, you would be dead. But you're not getting the amount you need for your cells to remain healthy. The farm animals, if you're a meat eater, they're eating the same foods that you are. They're eating genetically modified foods that are filled with have lost a lot of their nutrition. They're filled with chemicals that we shouldn't be putting in our bodies. They're passing those chemicals, on to the food supply. So we're consuming a lot of things that we shouldn't have in our bodies. And I won't say the only, but out of all the products you could possibly take, fulvic acid is the best at chelating toxic chemicals, heavy metals, etc., and removing them from your body. And there's plenty of research done. Fulvic acid has been studied more than any other nutritional supplement in the world by far. And the reason it has been is because, they can't explain, they don't, that does so many, many things, and they've tried to understand why. Okay.
Yep. So I will, like I say, as soon as I get this product, I will diligently indulge. I mean, everything that I'm hearing tonight, and I've heard before. I admit it excited me, and I said, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot and see what happens. And I hope that I get positive results from it. So stay tuned. I'll let you know.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Cross.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay, folks, I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard tonight. We started by focusing on health benefits and the products. And just remember, when someone's health improves, it doesn't just change their day, it changes their life. And when that happens, the relationships and opportunities that grow from it can last for years, even decades. So as we come to a close, I want to thank everyone who's joined with us tonight. I want to thank our guests. I know we've got new people on the call tonight. I want to thank those who cared enough to invite you. Our next opportunity meeting will be on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. This is where we will have basically a repeat of what we've done tonight. There might be some variations, but nonetheless, it's a place where you can bring your friends, your family, anybody that wants to learn how to improve their health or how they can improve their financial situation. With that, do invite a friend when you come, every time you come, because they will be better for being there. Like Jim Rohn says, success is a journey. It comes from adding value to others. So we'll see you at our next event. Have a great evening. God bless you all.